Welcome to another edition of the Disrespected Fathers Podcast. I am your host, Adoptimus Prime. Uh, it's a very special day. It's a very, very special day today. And I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Very, very influential mothers out there, the ones that need to be getting praise. Y'all need to praise them. Y'all need to thank them. Don't just go thanking them just to show off for social media. Thank your mothers for what they have done in your life. If they've done anything in your life, they deserve to be praised. If they've done more than what they needed to, they deserve to be praised. Uh, After I leave here, I'm gonna get over to the graveyard and visit uh, some the mothers that have gone, and you know, including my godmother, which is my heart, my soul, my everything, my rider. That was my rider, and I get emotional talking about her because that's my sure enough rider. Um, love you, Mama Edna Dempsey. I love you. Um, Nothing gonna stop that. Uh, but yeah, we talk about mothers. They get a free pass today on the show. Uh, we're gonna be talking about some of the moments that you know your mothers have had in your life. Some of the special moments, stuff that your mamas did when they couldn't. I mean, when they didn't have it to do. That's what a mama does. Putting themselves in a bind just to get you out of a bind. You know what I mean? That's the definition of a mother. And you as a child or as a kid seen that, remembered that, and took that with you in life, and like, okay, I remember my mama did this for me. I'm not gonna let her struggle. She went through the extra miles, and my mama needs a phone bill paid, a light bill paid. Light bill maybe $300. You maybe have $800. You may have $800, and you not need it. Hey, there are temporary jobs. You can go right back and get that money right back, and that's how I look at it. Uh, give your mother that money. Give your mother that money, cause or is it more economically sound for you to uh, let them come live with you when their lights go out? You got to make it make sense. Thank y'all for the likes and all the other good stuff y'all doing. How's everybody doing? Let me put on my glasses because I am terribly, terribly, terribly not able to see things this close up. So let me see who we got in here. Hey, hey. Uh, Thank y'all for coming through and loving the live and all that good stuff. So we're talking about mothers. If there's anybody's a mother out there, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. We're giving the mothers a free pass. I'm doing all right. How you doing? What's going on? Yeah, just thanking all the mothers out there today for their for everything they do. You know, but mothers, fathers, let me talk to y'all a little bit. Fathers, you guys need to stop by and take a little weight off the moms today. Stop by and take a little weight off the moms today. Not because, hey, it's the trendy thing to do, not because it's you know, the social media type thing to do, because I see a lot of people posting their moms on social media today. Happy Mother's Day to the greatest mom ever. You know, if you have a great mother, that should be the praise every day. Right or wrong? Should that not be the praise every day? I think so. So, with that being said, how many of you out there have these great moms? And how many of you out there have these moms that just want the spotlight on them? There are a lot of them out there. There are a lot of them out there. I was hoping that, it didn't, you know, I was hoping that nobody felt that way. Well, no, that's kind of not true. That's not entirely true. Everybody doesn't have a great mother. Uh, I've been in situations, and I have friends that have had terrible moms. I myself have been in foster care. I myself have been, you know, abused and messed over as a kid, being in foster care from 9 months old to 19 years old. So everybody doesn't have a great mom. So that's not true. I wish it were, though. I wish it was. uh, I don't like having. Yeah, yeah. Some moms hate their children, and if that's the case, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. Um, some moms hate their children, and then you see horrifying stories. Then you see horrifying stories about kids being left in dumpsters, kids being killed. I mean, I've seen kids being put in microwaves or being fed to wild animals. That's if you didn't want the child. Or there was a long time ago. I think this was like in 1993 or 92 or 93, where this woman, she took her three children, ran them into a lake just because the man didn't want the kids. So, you know what she did? She got on TV and blamed it on a black man. Blamed this on a black man, saying that a black man took her kids and ran them and drove three little babies into a lake. Everybody doesn't have a good mother. Everybody doesn't have a good mother. Manipulative. A lot of them are conniving. Uh, yeah, that's right. None of them. Not all mothers are good mothers. So we're not gonna sit over and say not all fathers are good fathers. But definitely, all mothers are not good. Uh, like I said, I forget the woman's name, but I know her last name was Smith. She took three kids, babies, none over the age of 5 years old, and drove them into a lake just because the man she was with did not want kids, did not want the kids. You see what I'm saying? And then there's this other episode where this woman drowned. I can't remember if it was 6 or 9 kids in the bathtub. And everybody was defending her, saying she was having a moment. Come on, man. So all moms aren't good moms, but again, happy Mother's Day to the ones that are. Uh, if you have a story, you're always welcome to come up and talk about it in chat because I have a way we can come up and talk about it. So just let me know whenever you guys want to come up. Uh, that being said, I was trying to touch back on a couple of topics that I seen in the news this week. we'll see. I'll say I was talking about the guy Deion Sanders and his sons, to where he dropped so far in the draft, and now everybody's trying to blame Deion for the fact that he fell that far in the draft. But I honestly don't believe that. Like I said on another show a few weeks ago, you need a dad like that. You need a dad like that to be in your business. If you fail together, but you still got each other at the end of the day. You know what I'm talking about? And now I'm noticing what's his ex-wife's name? The one that jumped on Deion. Her and her best friend jumped on Deion Sanders, and the kids chose Deion over their mother, and she still tries to come in the picture and grab spotlight. So again, everybody don't have a good mom. Everybody does not have a good mother. I personally think that a good mother, all the good mothers to me, and I'm not saying 97% of the good mothers were from the 70s, the early 80s, all the way back. The early 80s all the way back to slavery. That's where all the good mothers were. You can debate if you want, but that's just how I feel. There is a lack of good moms left in the world, and it's probably the fact that the culture and times have changed, but you still have to have a sense ability of, hey, this is a child that needs nurturing. This is a child that needs to know manners, because I'm going, at my job, and I work with customer service. I'm in the customer service industry. I get all these kids, and I'm always grateful, and I always shake hands with everybody and interact with the kids. That's what I do. But the the fact that I listen to these kids when I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they act like they don't hear me when I speak first. You say, what? What? I was like, and immediately my father kicks in. My fatherly uh instincts kick in. And I'm like, that's how y'all talk to grown people? Yeah, what? No. Nah, I don't play that. It's either yes sir or no sir, or you can get up and get off the ride, or you can go to the back of the line. That's just how it is. I respect kids that have a smile on their face. I respect kids that say yes sir and no sir. I have to do these things. You have to start teaching discipline to these kids. Y'all act like y'all are scared of kids because now they call themselves taking spankings out of the household. Nobody's not going to tell me how to raise my child. Nobody's not going to tell me how to raise my child. Because if my child gets out of line, he's getting these hands put on him. She's getting these hands put on her. It's just that simple. It's just that freaking simple. You getting your hands put on you. Excuse me. It's just that simple. You getting hands put on you. I do not, and my stepdad used to tell me this all the time when I was acting up as a kid. You know what he used to tell me before he spanked me? God don't like a disobedient child. I could hear him saying that. God don't like no disobedient child. I always hear him saying that to me. So I am basically here to talk about manners and respect. You know, you kids out there have none of it. I mean, there were times in the 80s, in the 90s, the 70s, and the early 80s, you didn't hear about riding around in cars with heat on you, and you didn't hear about somebody done unalived somebody because they was out there pyong pyong with the cops and all of that. You didn't hear about that back in my era. I keep saying this, and people think I'm crazy for saying it, but life was so much better when Soul Train was on television. Life was so much better when Soul Train was on television in the 70s and the 80s. And that just makes me miss my dad every time I think about that. That just makes me miss my dad. My dad turned me on the Soul Train. He turned me on the Saturday morning cartoon. He turned me on the movies. And I just miss that guy. I just miss that guy because I had a father figure. You know what I'm talking about? And everything that I am is because of that guy. Everything that I am is because of a place called the Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch. The two most influential things in my life are my dad and the Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch. So, with that being said, I just want you kids to know you don't get nowhere without manners. Manners and respect are an instant charmer for people that don't know you. Manners, respect, and a smile. That's it. Manners, respect, and a smile. That will get you anywhere you need to go. Just remember, manners, respect, and a smile will get you anywhere you need to go. If y'all want to remember, a bar is what y'all call it these days. That's a bar. Manners, respect, and a smile will get you anywhere you need to go. If you remember that, you'll go a long way. Um, I got a comment. I got a question right here that somebody asked me to ask earlier. Let me. Um, comment goes, who do you think has it worse when it comes to parenting? Now, I'm going to, this is a flippy question. I think, I think the mom has it worse physically and throughout time mentally as well. I think the mom has it worse because she has to, say if the father leaves, she has to put up with that. Even if he don't leave, he goes to work, she has to take care of everything within the household. If the father has a big time job or anything like that, she has to take care of a lot of stuff that can't get to, that dad can't get to. So if in another sense, if the father's not there, the mother still has to take up the blunt of the responsibility. So I will give the mother that. Now, having said that, mama, why would you put yourself in this type of bind? Why would you put yourself in this type of bind? It's either one thing. It's either this, you don't want the child to see its father because you're You're stubborn and you're jealous of something that man has moved on with somebody else. That's it. Because you don't have to struggle. If you're struggling so bad, and this is what I'm talking about to you people on child support too. You people, these women that put the fathers on child support. If you're struggling that bad and the dad has a nice place for this child to live, why will you not relinquish rights and give them to the father? If you're struggling that bad, it ain't that. You just want to check. You just want to check. It's just that simple. If I said anything wrong, y'all remember, comments are going to be down below after this video stops here. So tell me what I said that was wrong. That's what I thought. So if you're struggling that bad, moms, this is what you signed up for. You signed up for this. You don't have to walk it alone, but you rather create a drama-ridden atmosphere so people, you can play the victim when the child can live with a parent that can do better for it. Right or wrong. Thank y'all for joining and coming in. We normally don't do this live like this. We normally do pre-record it, but I kind of like the live aspect of it a little bit better. I'm not gonna tell a lie. But thank you for joining. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Once again, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you all. And we will see you on the next episode. This has been the Disrespected Fathers Podcast with your boy Adoptimus Prime. We're out.